Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is Jay from Coding with Jaybird, where I upload weekly tutorials to help build your confidence in coding. Today we're going to talk about mouse events in JavaScript and how we use them. Let's get started, shall we? Here's my code for the mouse events project that I've created. I've linked it to the style sheet in the CSS folder, as well as the main.js in the JS folder. There are also a few images which we're going to use for this demo. Let's have a look at our HTML code in some more detail. I have an image tag here, as you can see, which has a sad face image. When a user clicks on the cheer up button, we want this image to change to a happy face image. And when a user double clicks on start laughing, we want this to change to a laughing image. And we can achieve that using mouse events in our JavaScript code. We'll also be doing something with the section below, but we'll get to that in a bit. Let's dive into our main.js. So what are mouse events? Well, events that occur when the mouse interacts with the HTML document belongs to the mouse event object. Some common mouse events are on click, on double click, on mouse over, and there are many more. Now, the on click event occurs when the user clicks on an element, and that's the first one that I'll be demonstrating. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to target that cheer up button, which has an ID of cheer up, and we'll target that and store it in a new variable called cheer up button equals document dot get element by ID, and we'll target cheer up dash button. We also want to target the image itself, and I've given that an ID of expression. So let's store it in a variable called expression. And now what we want to do is we want to attach an on-click event to this pink button. So we're going to target that variable, cheer up button. And using dot notation, we're going to say dot on click. So what we're saying is on click of this button, do the following. And on the right hand side of the equals, we'll set up a function. And what I want to do is I want to change the source for the expression. So expression dot source equals, and I'll change it to happy face. And when you come to the browser and you click on cheer up, it works. We see a happy face. Let's reload the page. I want to demonstrate the double click. Now, on double click is an event that occurs when the user double clicks on an element. So now I want to target the laugh button. So let's create a new variable called laugh button. And we want to target laugh button. Oops. And here, instead of using the on click event on the laugh button, we want to use an on double click event, which is written like so. Laugh button dot on DBL, short form for double, click equals, and on the right hand side we'll define our function. And we want to change the expression's source, meaning the source of the image, to img laughing face .jpg. And let's test it out. If I single click on start laughing, nothing happens. If I double click, we change it to a laughing image. If I single click on cheer up, it changes back to happy face. And we can double click there, and we can keep oscillating between our different images. Okay, what I want to talk about next is the on mouse over event and the on mouse out event. The on mouse over event is an event that occurs when the pointer is moved onto an element or onto one of its children. And what I want to do is I want to demonstrate what would happen if we took our cursor, which is here, and moved over this H1 tag in our section. Shall we make it rain? And at the point that I hover over it, I want to change the background image. And when I no longer hover over it, meaning I move my mouse out, I would like to change the background image again. The mouse out event occurs when a user moves the mouse pointer out of an element or out of one of its children. Okay, so let's practice this. I'm going to create a variable called rainy paragraph. So rainy para equals, and I want to target this ID of rainy, meaning the section here. So we'll say const rainy para equals document.get element by ID, and we're going to target rainy. I'm also going to want to change the text on this mouse over event. So let's target the ID of change weather, and I'll store that in a variable called change weather equals document.get element by ID change dash weather. What we'll do next is we'll attach an on mouse over event to the rainy para dot on mouse over equals some function. And in the function, what I want to do is change the inner HTML of the change weather. So change weather dot inner HTML equals, and we'll just change it to a string value of it's raining a lot now. I also want to change the background. So here we can say document.body.style.background equals, and here we can type URL img raining.jpg, no repeat, fixed center. And that's just some simple CSS styling. And I also want to change the text color for the entire body to a different color, let's say yellow. So document.body.style.color equals yellow. And once I save this, we can try using our mouse and going over this section, and we can see our background changes and our text color changes. So now we have a rainy background. Our cheer up button still works, and our start laughing double click still works. All right, now there's another thing that we can do, and that's the mouse out event. So if I take my cursor off the section, I want the background color to change again. Now this time I'm going to demonstrate it using an add event listener, which we learned in our last lesson. So if you haven't watched that video, definitely check it out after. I'll attach the link in the top right corner. All right, so now using add event listener, I want to target the rainy para again. So the rainy paragraph dot add event listener. And in here, the first argument is going to be the event. Now the add event listener is a little different because we have to omit the word on. So here we just write mouse out, comma, and our second argument will be the function that we want to run. And what I want to do is change the inner HTML of change weather and we'll change it to phew, it finally stopped raining. And since I want to change the background of the body as well, let's target document.body.style.background. And this time we'll reset it to a sunny image. Once again, no repeat, fixed center. And now when I save this and I reload the page, everything goes back to how it was. I'm going to do a mouse over event, which will change the background of the image to raining. And now watch what happens when I mouse out. It changes over to the sunny image. And our cheer up button still works, and so does the start laughing, and we can toggle back and forth with different background images. That's it for today's video lesson on mouse events. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you have, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so I can continue to make more videos for you in the weeks to come. Until next week, keep on coding.